Philly travels to Dallas for Sunday night primetime football this week. Welcome to the show. Brock Page here. Random sports picks for fun. The Birds opened up -3 with the total at an even 47. Since the betting opened up, no real surprises as Zeke and Sean Lee are expected out for the Cowboys. Right now, the Birds are laying 3.5 with the total moving upward to an even 48. Currently, the Eagles are laying $1.75 to win it outright. And at the moment, Dallas is taking just 23% of the public action. So look for them to be catching at least another half a point by kickoff. To be honest, I think this one will close out at about 4.5 by 8:30 Sunday night. But if you're betting sides and you're leaning towards America's team, just keep in mind that they've struggled to cover the spread in several categories this year. The Cowboys have covered just 2 of 4 at AT&T Stadium and just 1 of 4 against teams over 500. They're going up against an Eagles squad who's been the best in real life and damn good against the number as well. The Birds are covering nearly 80% of their games overall with an impressive record of 7-2 against the spread. Philly's also performed at a very high level as the favorite, posting a record of 5-1 against the spread, covering when laying the points. In addition to all that, the Birds against the spread are 3-1 when traveling, 1-0 as the official road favorite, and 2-1 versus teams over 500. Philly's currently on a red-hot 7-game win streak where they successfully covered the spread in 6 of those 7. All told, the Birds laying 3 and a hook seems like a sensible play. I think I might just be in full agreement with the public money on this one. Now, total-wise, we've seen a good amount of totals getting over the line between both teams. Dallas games are 2-1 in their previous 3. Before last week's action, they averaged a massive 34 points per contest in those 3 games. Meanwhile, we've got ourselves a very similar story on the other side, as Philly games have gone 3-1 to the overs in their last 4, 6-3 to the overs on the year. They've scored a bulbous 39 points per game in their last 3 on average. That's nearly 40 points a game in the National Football League. Very impressive. All said and done, though, I've been getting crushed on these Philadelphia totals this year. For some reason, I just can't get these Philly games right when it comes to the scoring. All that in mind, I'm going to forego a play on the total in this one. What I am going to do, though, is double up on the sides. And I'm not talking about eating at a restaurant. Just in case they win by a point or 2 and don't cover, I'm going to buy the hook and take the Philadelphia Eagles -3 and winning this one outright for some cold, hard money line cash. Next game, Monday Night Football. Atlanta +3 at Seattle, 8:30 Eastern kickoff at the Hawks' Nest in Washington State. I haven't seen much movement in the markets when it comes to these lines. Seattle opened up and remains the 3-point favorites, with the total remaining at that opening number of 45.5 points. Currently, Seattle's $1.55 to win this one straight up for some money line cash. And at the moment, Atlanta's catching 53% of the public action right now. But I still don't think that will be enough to move those lines. Now, if you're betting sides in this one and you follow the trends like I do, this one's going to be a real tough one to pick. Both teams not performing well against the number this season. Both teams have covered just 3 of 9 games overall on the year thus far. Atlanta's covered just 20% on the road. Meanwhile, Seattle just 1 of 4 games at home. The Seahawks have also covered just 2 of 6 when laying the points and 1 of 4 as the official home favorite. To top it all off, both teams have failed to cover 3 of their previous 4 games. All said and done, if you're betting sides in this one, best of luck to you because I have no idea who's going to take this one down based on these crappy trends. Let me know what you think in the comments on who's going to take it when it comes to the sides. Now, when it comes to total, we might have a little bit of something here when it comes to the numbers. Let's go ahead and take a look. 3 out of both teams' previous 4 games have gone under the closing line. Seattle gave up just 13 points per contest in those 3 unders. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Falcons have scored just 17 points per game in their 3 unders themselves. I think we can take advantage of a pretty high opening number on the total here. There's nothing about these teams' last 2 games that give me any reason to think this one can get over the 45.5. All said and done, I'm going to forego a play on the spread and the money line winner in this one. I do like the total, though. All told, I'm making a play on the total and taking the under 45.5 in this one. Next game I have for you, it is going to be New England at Oakland. And actually, it's New England versus Oakland. We got a 4:25 Eastern kickoff in Mexico City, Mexico. How the hell did the Pats get swindled into playing that one? The Patriots opened the betting as the 5-point favorites, and the total at an even 50 points. Since the betting opened up here, kind of surprised at all the money New England's taking here. I mean, Oakland's played in this bizarre game at this bizarre venue before. For some reason, I thought that maybe that experience factor would stick in the minds of the public bettors, but apparently not, as this line has moved all the way to New England, -6.5 against the spread. We've also seen some crazy movement on the total here as well. This one's all the way up to 54 points after opening up at just 50, a 4-point move on the total. Once again, New England opened 5, now 6.5. Total opened 50, now 54. Currently, the Patriots are $2.90 to win this one outright. And at the moment, Oakland's taking just 34% of the public money, so look for them to be catching 7 points real soon. And if you're betting sides and you're leaning toward this Raider squad, you're going to want all the points you can get. Oakland's covered just 3 of 9 on the year and just 1 of 5 away from home. The Raiders have also struggled to cover against winning ball clubs, covering just 1 of 4 games against teams over 500. Most recently, this Oakland squad struggled to cover as of late, going 1-3 against the spread in their last 4. They're going up against a Patriots squad who's been pretty good against the number on their side themselves. New England's covering 75% of their games away from home and has gone 5-4 covering when laying the points. New England against the spread is also 3-1 when favored away from home and 3-1 in their games at the current posted total. New England's also on a 5-game winning streak onto which they successfully covered in 4. All said and done, the case for the public action can certainly be made. Now, when it comes to scoring, like I said earlier, crazy movement on the total must be from these Oakland trends. Raider games have gone 3-0 to the overs in their last 3. They gave up nearly 30 points per contest on average in those 3 overs. Meanwhile, very different story on the other side, as Pats games have gone 3-0 to the unders in their previous 3 before last week's game. They held their opponents to just 12 points per contest in those 3 unders as well. All that in mind, I think I can comfortably bet against the public money in this one and vouch for some defense when it comes to the scoring. All in all, I'm going to go ahead and make a play on all 3. I'm going to buy the hook and take New England -6. New England outright. Under 54 in this one. Next game I have for you, it is going to be Buffalo at the LA Chargers. Taylor getting benched for Buffalo in this one. We got ourselves a 4:05 Eastern start at the StubHub building on the West Coast. The Chargers open this one 4, now 4.5. Total open 44, now 43.5. Currently, the Chargers are the $2.20 favorites to win this one outright. And at the moment, Buffalo is taking 53% of the public money as we speak. Won't be enough action to move the line unless the books just do it on their own. Buffalo's been pretty good against the number under Taylor this year, though. Maybe they can keep it up under the new guy with that stingy defense. Well, wasn't stingy last week, but sometimes stingy. The Bills are 6-3 covering overall and 3-2 covering as the dog. They've also gone 2-1 against the spread in their previous 3 before last week's drubbing at the hands of the Saints. So these guys have proven they can keep it close and cover. They got themselves a Chargers team who's covered just 4 of 9 overall and just 1 of 4 at home. LA's also gone 0-2 against the spread in their only 2 games, laying the points. Disparaging remarks aside, though, this Charger team has been hot against the number as of late, covering 4 of their last 5. Bettors on either side can certainly be justified. Now, scoring-wise, Charger games went 4-0 to the unders in their last 4. Meanwhile, completely different story on the other side, as Buffalo games went 4-0 to the overs themselves. Don't want to touch the total in this one. I do like the Chargers straight up, though. All said and done, I'm foregoing plays on the spread and the total. All told, I do like the LA Chargers winning this one outright for some expensive, pricey moneyline cash. I'm going to slide in my next and final game for the show. I'm talking about Cincy plus 2.5 at Denver. Totals at 38.5. The Broncos are 145 to win it. Denver's taking money. Denver's taking money. Denver's taking 62% of the public action as we speak. If you're a Cincy bettor, please be patient, as you could be very well catching 3.5 to 4 by kickoff. Denver's taking money. The Broncos covered 2 of 9 overall and 1 of 5 at Sports Authority Field in the Mile High City. They're currently on a 5-game losing streak, failing to cover the spread in each of those games. These guys were 3-1 at one point, by the way, in the season. They got a Cincy team who's 3-2 covering on the road and successfully covered a 4.5-point spread against Tennessee last week. All told, I'm going to buy the hook and take Cincy +3, getting the job done as the there's your big finale, Brock. Getting the job done as the road underdog. I always do that. But anyway, that is going to do it for me. We got one more video coming out for the NFL this week. It's going to be the rest of the 1 o'clock slate games, so stay tuned. Subscribe, click that little notification button. If you click that little bell, your email is going to notify you right away as soon as my video uploads. But anyway, before I get out of here, I have to remind you, I am not a sports betting expert, nor do I implore you to take any of my picks. A wise man once said, good ain't free, and free ain't good. If for some reason you decide to use the free information on this program, you're utilizing it at your own discretion. Most importantly, if you're betting any of these games, do it safe, do it responsibly. Most important, have fun. For Brock Page Productions, I'm Brock Page, and have yourself a positive day.